Hey, hello everybody, welcome back. So today's video is gonna be a build video. I know it's been a while since I made a build video for the channel, but today I'm bringing a PvP AR build that I've been rocking lately on the PvP arena on the Dark Zone and also sometimes in the conflict. So this build works for me though. It has everything that I need. It has survivability when it comes to the hazard protection, which has 100% hazard protection, so you're not getting on bleed on fire. It has three talents that I like a lot though. It has the talent concussion, the talent spark, and also the talent bloodsucker. It has a good amount of armor though. It's not the tankiest, but it's tanky enough for me because I chose to go with a lot of damage also. So I'm gonna show you guys this build. I enjoyed using it a lot, so that's gonna be for now my PvP build when it comes to AR builds. And I used it with a Pyromaniac video that you guys saw in the channel if you didn't check it out yet, and I also use it with the invisible hand AR, named AR, that's on my channel also. So guys, this is the build, right? So we're gonna take a look at this build and I'm gonna try and explain as much as I can because this build has everything that I need and personally, and I think it's a great build, so you guys can take a look and try it out for yourself, right? So on this build specifically, you have to have first 2 Gila Guards, because with 2 Gila Guards I'm gonna get 5% total armor and also 20% hazard protection, which is gonna be counting towards that 100% hazard protection that we need on this build. I do have 2 Patriots gear set because having 2 gives you 10% total armor. And then last but not least, an important part of this build, which is going to be the last thing that I just added to this build, which is going to be the Ferris Group AB, at least for that 10% assault rifle damage. Now let's go through piece by piece, right? Let's start off actually right here on the mask, which is going to be this Ferris Group AB. I chose to go on the mask, but you could choose to go also on the chest piece, but you need to have a Gila Guard mask to kind of substitute, because remember we need 2 Gila Guards, right? So on the mask we have this Ferris Group AB. It has that 10% assault rifle damage from the first bonus, and on attributes I have 53% hazard protection, which you want to have at least over 50% hazard protection on the mask. You only need 50% hazard protection on the mask. And then the second attribute, honestly in here I would go with health, but this is the only thing that I got for now, and it has 309 skill power. I'm not using skill power right now, so it's not specific for this build, but if you can, get hazard protection and also health in here, right? The talent, of course, I want the concussion. Concussion is my favorite talent on the mask right now because of that headshot damage. Headshot grants 15% headshot damage for 2 seconds and 5 seconds with a marksman rifle. So I like using that, and requires 7 reds for this build. So for the chest piece, we have this Gila Guard. Like I said, you could go and swap in between that mask and have a Gila Guard on the mask instead of on the chest piece, but this is what I got. So on the chest piece I have few things to explain, right? Like I said, by having 2 we have 5% total armor and 20% hazard protection. On the attributes I have 25,000 armor, 15% weapon damage, and then 7% critical hit chance. Now in here by itself, right, like you guys see on my build, I only have 440,000 armor, but if I switch this 15% weapon damage to a 25% total armor, my build will get to that 500k total armor that everybody's been running, right? As a fact, I can show you guys, I have this chest piece right here, which is really similar to what I have right now, and it has a 26,000 armor plus that 25% total armor, and you see they are very similar. I could use these honestly if I want right now, but I just don't want to have more armor instead of that 15% weapon damage. So I chose to go with 15% weapon damage instead of that 25% total armor, but my point is I could go with that if I want, and if I get a better chest piece, instead of this 7% crit chance, I would, get a chest piece that has a spot in here to get like 25% total armor, and that would be like the best scenario, right? 500k armor with still having that 15% weapon damage, but you can only get so much, right? The RNG in this game is bad, so that's what I have for now, so that's what I have to roll with, right? We have that, and then on the talents we have Bloodsucker. Depleting enemy armor adds a stack of plus 25% bonus armor for 10 seconds, and the max stacks is 6. Now for the PvP stats, if you go in here, view talents, we go in it again, we'll see that it's only 15% on the PvP, so that 25% is on PvE, and I know PvP is 15%, right? And if you scroll down on the mods, we have 2 blues and 1 red. The 2 blues is giving me the 3900 armor with a 4% total armor and then 3% explosive resistance. I have 2 of those in this chest piece, and also a 1.5% weapon damage and a 4% assault rifle damage. Moving down to the holster, we have the first True Patriots holster for that 10% total armor, and then on this holster we're gonna have attribute 12% critical hit chance with 22,000 health. You could go higher in here on all these numbers, so that's up to your RNG if you get it, right? On the mods we have 2 reds in here for more assault rifle damage and total weapon damage. Moving up, the brand set is not specific for this build. I do have this Douglas and Harding in here just because this is the best backpack I have right now, right? It has 20% total armor with 19,000 armor, which is gonna add a lot of armor to my build, and 5.5% critical hit chance. I wish if this was some more weapon damage in here, but you can only get what you get, right? The talent I have is Spark, damaging enemy with skills or explosives grant plus 10% weapon damage for 15 seconds, and this is gonna add up on top of what we have right now, which I think is 80% weapon damage plus that 10%, which is gonna be a 90% weapon damage on this build. The second talent is Hardened, 15% total armor, and then we have 1 offensive mod in here for more weapon damage and assault rifle damage. On the gloves is going to be the second True Patriots, that 10% total armor. We have, of course, 12% assault rifle damage and 13,000 health. And also the good thing about True Patriots gloves, they come with a mod slot for the red, right? So we have an offensive mod slot in here for more weapon damage and assault rifle damage. And last but not least, we have the second Gila Guard on this build that we need, which is going to be this Gila Guard in here that gives us attribute 12% total armor. I think the max is 13. I don't have that, so I'm gonna rock with that. And on the talent, this is specific for this build. That's how we're gonna achieve that 100%, right? Which is the talent Isolated. 30% has a protection, which is gonna add up to this 20% once we have 2 Gila Guards on the build. Remember I said you need that, right? That's 50% has a protection, and also I said you need 50% has a protection on the mask. Adding those to all of those, it's gonna be 100% has a protection on this build without even needing that named mask that gives us 100% has a protection, right? For the mods, Gila Guard gives you 2 defensive mod slots, which I have in here some more armor, 3% total armor, and they're both the same, which has also some explosive resistance. So that's the build itself, guys. Now for the gun, like I said, it's not specific for this build, it's just gonna be a AR. I'm rocking right now with the Pyro because I've been enjoying this gun a lot. I have a 22.3k damage on it right now because of the build, but you can go with the Invisible Hand, you can go with the Rail Splitter, the FAMAS, or even just the Police M4. All of those can go with this build because I have a lot of damage on this build, so it works great. So far I've tried it with the Pyro, I've tried it with the Invisible Hand, the Rail Splitter, and the FAMAS. My next thing is gonna be with the Police M4, so probably that's gonna be the main gun for this build once I try it, because I have a feeling it's gonna be very good with this Police M4 right here with the Measure It and Allegro on it. So gun, just go with a AR of your choice. Now the secondary, right, I will recommend going with the Merciless just so you can activate your talent on the backpack, which is Sparks. To activate this talent, all you need to do is damage an enemy with explosive, right? And the third talent on the rifle, the Merciless, it's gonna be brutality. While holstered, landing a shot has a 5% chance to deal 100% damage as explosive damage. So that's gonna activate our spark on the backpack. That's why we have it as our secondary. And last but not least, on the sidearm, I just have this one in here for that protected reload. While equipped, this weapon grants plus 10% bonus armor while reloading. So that's gonna be it for the build. I do have two healing skills in here. I have the first one is gonna be the Mender Seeker Mine, which is one thing that I've been using a lot lately, especially for solo players. I recommend this a lot. And also I have the Restorer Hive for more health as I play solo, right? And that's the reason I'm using also the Survivalist Specialist, because of the Mender Seeker Mine. That's the main reason I'm using the Survivalist. Now let's go for the stats real quick to finish up the video. So on this gun I have a 22.3k weapon damage. Like I said, on the PvP side of things we have 15.3 PvP damage, 35% crit chance, 25% crit damage, 55% headshot damage, and that's gonna go up right to about 70% once we hit on the headshots, right, because of the talent on the mask. And then if we scroll down, we have a 23% all weapon damage and 57% assault rifle damage. So that's a total of 80% total damage for our AR, right? So that's a lot of damage. And then if we go on the defensive stats, we have 440,000 armor. Like I said, you could go, if you're lucky enough, 500. I could go if I get a better chest piece, but that's all I have right now. And then we have 103% hazard protection, and that's enough for me to get 100% on any of the hazard protection things in here, like the bleed, the burn, and all that stuff, right? So that's all I need on this build. So this build has everything that I need. It has the damage, it has the survivability that I need, and it works for me though. It works for me, and I love it the way it is right now. I just completed it by adding this mask. The gameplay that you guys saw is without this mask though. I was using this mask right here because I didn't have this yet, but now I will be doing a lot more damage than what you guys saw on the gameplay, right? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this build, and let me know what you guys been rocking, what AR you guys been rocking lately. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you enjoy, hit me with a like, that helps me a lot, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.